Hi guys. So, okay, it is I'm so excited. So right now I know that Jade's got a live going on in the team page, but I wanted to talk to you guys still about these phone calls. So, I was scared to death, okay, to do them, and then I made every excuse as to why I couldn't. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a toddler that's running around. I don't want him to scream. I don't want other people to know that like I have life going on while I'm trying to run my business. And then when I really sat down and thought about that, I was like, I'm just making excuses to prolong this. And the more I prolong it, the only thing it's going to do is hurt my business at the end of the day. It's only going to hurt my business. So I have to do something. If you feel like you're in a rut, okay, if you feel like you're not getting distributors, if you feel like you want to grow your team, you want to rank up, you want to double your paycheck, get on the phone, okay? The reason why, and it's not even just the phone. If you want to go out and start hosting parties, I really truly just like encourage or empower you to do so, to start actually meeting people face to face. Let them get to know you, because that's why they join. That's like, all in all, I know what I have to offer here. I do. And even if you haven't made a big paycheck yet, I, I will meet you in person. Like, I can meet you in person. I'm a real person with real house, real bills, and this business pays for it. Like, my paychecks make me cry now because I didn't even imagine this. So, which kind of like is so funny, okay? I noticed that my calls they were really long. So I'm trying to help you guys answer your question. So I'm just failing forward. I don't really like have every single scenario planned out yet because I haven't had enough phone calls to say that. But I can tell you I've had enough calls to where I know that these are working, that they are good, their exposure. It's it's like building a really strong connection with a total stranger in 10 minutes or less. And I don't have to go back and forth with them via online internet like for weeks on end, because I know right from the get-go if they're interested in this or not. Like, I can hear it in their voice. I've been honest with them. Like, I tell them, okay. So I printed the relaunch packet. So I printed the relaunch packet, which I filled things out, okay, but I wasn't really paying attention. Um, it's it's a big flaw of mine, and it's something I've done since I was a school child, but that doesn't mean I have to use it as an excuse. Okay? It's all about what you value. I value a better Kayla. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to be a better Kayla. And if I know that I have these things that, I could fall back on, I could say that. I could be like, okay, well, my ADHD makes me go 8 different directions. So I'm just going to skip over half this packet and just complete the stuff I already know and kind of move on to the next thing because I've been a distributor for a while, right? Because I'm a vet. No, like, I ended up starting to like read through it just like as if I was a new distributor. And I rewrote my why, which then helped me during this phone call. So, okay, I of course didn't have to do the like what's my 30, 60 day or 90-day goal for as a new distributor, but I do have them going on. So like that's my next note. But I have my own message, which I don't need to write on paper. I have it in my text. And it's what I'm sending to people to get them on the phone with me. And it's something as simple as, hey, I'm just doing something new with my business. And I would really just love to share this amazing opportunity with you. And even if you don't know, or even if it's not a good fit for you, maybe you know somebody else who is. I'm just looking for an arrow in the right direction. Any help is greatly appreciated. Do you have 5 minutes to talk on the phone today? Mind you, I do add today. I add today somewhere in that mix, okay? Because I found that if you just kind of like leave it open-ended, they think that you want to talk right then and there. So they immediately are like, no, I can't because I'm at work, or and they just try to like make every excuse in the book. So I have noticed that, and I changed that in my message. So I always put today. And I just, okay, so I read over this one-on-one combo, and what I did is I had one of the girls call me, and I listened to how she would play it off, okay? And then I kind of tweaked it to make it flow like we had a normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that you're not just like throwing all of this all at them at once. And every verbiage is different. So like even Jade's one-on-one combo, I don't say this word for word. I don't. So I always thank them for getting on the phone with me. I tell them, I thank them because honestly, it's a lot easier to talk through a phone conversation versus DM. Like I can't stand going back and forth for days before I even hear a yes or a no. How annoying is that? So I can get it right then and there. Them a little bit about our company, what I'm doing with them. I tell them I'm gonna just cut right to the chase. Okay, like I don't really want to go around the bush. This is what I do. I have these products, and then I start naming off, I have these plant-based products for this, this, and this, just like in this one-on-one combo, except I pretty much name them specifically. And then I talk about how awesome our loyalty program is. It's called a loyal customer program. So that's what I call it. I call it for what it is. I'm starting to actually just inform people right from the get-go. I don't have to, I don't know. It's so much easier than going through text. I feel like sometimes people get the wrong idea. I don't know. I've always been doing voice chat, and now just one-on-one is also building a connection, and I can kind of pick up on their cues a lot faster. So like if I name off a product and I hear, yeah, I immediately know that they're interested in that product. So I can always fall back on that, and I can keep that in kind of my mental note of this person, So I already know that they're going to like the products for, okay? So I have had people say it's not for me. I keep going with this kind of script of, I then shared my personal results with the products. If you don't have any, just talk about your excitement to try some. That's honestly what I would do. And it doesn't matter. Like people it's like they don't even hear that word. They just hear that you're using the products, and they're like, okay, she believes in it. Like I'm gonna go for that too. So you talk about your excitement, and then so basically I'm looking for people who want to make an extra part-time to full-time income from home on a schedule that they set for themselves. I primarily do this through social media, and then I connect with people just like this. Do you know anybody who this would be a good fit for? And half the time they've said me. Like I've only been on so many phone calls, but they've all, even the people I wasn't expecting, they're like, yeah, that sounds like me. And I say, okay, well, what makes you think that you'd be a good fit for this? And then they start naming off stuff. And instead of you feeling like you have to convince somebody else that they'd be good at this, they're telling themselves from the get-go, oh, I use my phone a lot. I like talking to people. I want to make new friends. I want to make extra money. And it can be part-time to full-time. Heck yeah, I'm in. Who doesn't want to make extra money? Okay, perfect. So nope, this is no pressure or anything. And I honestly don't expect you to make any decisions tonight, because I don't expect anybody to join right off the spot. And if they want to, yes, like I'm not going to stop them. Like, let's do this. But I just give them that, like I said, it kind of lifts it all off their shoulders. They don't have any pressure. And I keep it as calm, cool, collected as I can. Like I'm having a normal conversation with my best friend, like I am right now with you guys. So let's see. If like, okay, so a girl told me, well, I'm not really interested in doing something like that right now because of X, Y, and Z, but maybe in the future. Actually though, I think my friend, this person and this person would be a good fit. I should have, okay, like looking back at that conversation, because now I'm coming up with ideas, I should have asked or said something along the lines of, oh, okay, well, how about every 5 names that you send me, you know, their phone number and their name, for every 5 names you can send me, I'll send you a free product or a free sample. Dude, I just bought a whole bunch of keto energy, like, for my auto shipment. Be a product of the product. That stuff is the bomb. If you guys can't, I just was reading one of your girls is she was saying that she puts the snooze button on for at least an hour. I don't know if she's on here right now. I don't think she is. Before she gets up for her alarm on. I just keto energy, dude, because I am not a morning person. I hate waking up before 9 all day, every day. Nope. So keto energy all the way. I'm not gonna ramble. Somebody chatted though. Shelby, it's okay. It's okay. Thousands of stories will totally suck you in. I could spend like 2 hours just sitting there getting lost doing an Instagram story. It's bad. So what else? But I got names. So that means I've got referrals. And then as soon as we're off the phone call, I'm sending them a link from the Success Library, which is, so if you can go, you go right to the push group. So I type in the search bar, I think it's like September push group on Facebook. Go in here, type in the search bar, Success Library. And then it's let's see, I think it's the first one that pops up. Yep. So you click that. It's from Jade. Jade posted it. And then you would copy and paste the link. Some of them did not work. Let me know. I might have an extra. I know that they were trying to fix them. I don't know why some of them didn't work. And then I'm sending them the try it video, which don't have that link. I've got it. I can always send it. And then I'm getting them invited to our weekly wrap parties. I'm utilizing those, and then I'm going to follow up. Like that's the whole. Okay, the biggest thing about all of this is follow up. You gotta remember to follow up. So I scheduled a follow up with this girl. Told me that she was interested. Okay, she said that she wasn't sure about doing it now. So I said, okay, that's totally fine. I get it. And that's when I told her, like, I don't expect you to make any decisions tonight. I left it completely open-ended. She felt super happy about that. And I told her, hey, well, why don't we set up like an extra, like another day to talk? Is, you know, one of these weekdays after 5 good for you? Because that's when it's good for me. And so I'm going to use that, which works smarter, not harder. And so she scheduled with me again 5 o'clock on Friday. So, and she gets paid on Friday. Who's to say she doesn't, you know, I'm also going, by the way, like we have these coffee and combos. Mine has been every Thursday night. Is it Thursday? I think it's, yeah, Friday night eves at 7. Sorry, I'm trying to, it's so, everybody's on different time zones. So that's why I can never remember what time it actually is. That's, yeah. So I'll tell you the exact time, but it's all on my Facebook. I always post about it. And like last week I had Hope. Hope talked to me on Monday, but we're all doing it. All of the leaders, Allie Frazier, Jade, Christina Elizabeth, there's a few others. Anyways, you can always invite your potentials. And what I would do is, so I would send them the coffee and combos post through Messenger. And there's a way to do that. If you need help, just let me know and I'll send you screenshots of how to. And if they tell me they're not interested, cool. Okay, would you mind like helping me out and maybe throwing up a post for me on Facebook? Something as super simple as that. Just whatever. And if they tell you no again, which I've never had anybody like do, you know what I mean? I haven't had anybody just say no, 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 no. Because why get on the phone with me just to waste my time? And they know. And if somebody tells you, so I saw this in the like the Black Diamond page. If somebody tells you is like, they ask immediately, is this it works? I've been telling the truth. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to like go lie. Why would you lie? I've just been saying, I am with It Works. Are you familiar? Something simple. Doesn't matter. And if they say, I don't want to, cool. Like, you didn't waste my time then. Like, we can just move on, right? That's kind of how I see it. This is actually weeding out the people I don't want on my team a lot faster. Instead of me messaging 300 people and kind of like throwing, they made this analogy and it's so true. I feel like I'm just a fisherman in the middle of the ocean throwing my net out, sending out 300 messages on a platform to only catch maybe some back, and then a lot of them either die on the way back to shore to send them out for shipping for food and production. Some like get sick. Like, it's no good, right? Like, I only get some good fish out at the end, and like, I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to build my business that way. And Stephanie Dunn and Cami Pentecost, they've all made a lot of money because they've done either face-to-face or got on the phone. Even Pam Souter, I was listening to one of her old podcasts, and she was talking about how that's how she started her business. She was on the phone. And I'm okay with that. Like, you still can't see my face. I can kill you with a kindness and a smile in my voice. Like, I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I have to share. And if you're not into it, I had a weird one. So it wasn't a weird one. It was just a talkative gal. She wanted to tell me everything about keto and like the molecular structure, like crazy stuff. I'm not even kidding. I'm polite. I'm very polite. It's my energy. If I was like somebody as bold or red, I would have just said, hey, my kid's got an emergency. I gotta go. Peace out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make an excuse and go. I should have just done it. Don't ever be afraid to, I told my husband, these were all the things I was afraid of before I started making these phone calls. And I was like, how do I face my fears? And he's like, these are so silly. He's like, you need to just socialize with people. Something like, if I was to get somebody's name wrong. So you know what I say? I say like, hey lady, and I'm so sorry. I just don't want to sound like a dummy. How do you pronounce your name? People are so nice. They don't care. They understand. Like, me personally, my name is spelled weird. I would expect you to say it wrong. Almost 90% of the time, that's how I treat it. And I'm sure other people feel the same way. You know what I mean? So it's just a phone conversation, and you're leading with the business instead of enrolling 8,000 customers and feeling like if you're somebody who you've built up for your promotion, and then you're looking and it's just volume after volume after volume after volume every month, and you're like, what the F is happening? I get like a lot of customers a month, guys. And I've been working on double. I've been charted for double for like at least a half a dozen times. And I'm like, what is going on, right? I have to do something different. And the reason why cold messaging is given such a bad rep is because you're not taking the time to build a relationship with somebody before even asking them. So this is what you're doing. You're building the relationship, and people don't mind. They want that. They're like, oh, she's serious about her business. I'm definitely getting on the phone with this one. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. And I want people like that on my team. I want people who take me seriously on my team, because then they're going to take it seriously when they join. That's how I look at all of this. My vibe attracts my tribe. So I've seen it, and I think I'm just excited. I'm so excited, and I feel like I know these people. I've never even met them. I got some random girl. I've got calls lined up for tomorrow from Instagram. But I met this other girl I had never talked to on Facebook, and she was just so nice. And now she keeps in touch with me. She's going to our webinar on Wednesday. It's just good, because even though she said no, like right then and there, it just means no for not right now. Like, I already know that she's into the keto lifestyle. It's just finding the right product or the right post for her to be like, I'm all in. Okay? Like, I've been doing this for a long time. Every time somebody tells me that they're interested, they either do join, they or sign up. Like, and if it's not with me, it's with somebody else because they've been watching like my posts the entire time and I didn't follow up fast enough. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing too, guys. Follow up is you got to make sure you write down who you're talking to, or you create a system that works for you. And you can give me like excuse after excuse. We can all do it. We can all do it. I'm so guilty of not keeping promises to myself. I can tell you how many times I've been like, yo, I'm going to lose another 10 pounds and get a six-pack of abs. Guess what? I don't have them yet. No, because I had other priorities. I put other things first, like chocolate cake. It's just, that's how I see this. And I may have joined for $200 to help out with a car payment and all of that, but like once I saw what this business could do for somebody, I didn't have heat in my home. I was freaking out about bills, and then they came out with a promotion for double fast starts, and it literally just saved everything. I couldn't even believe that they gave us that option, because my old job, my old 9 to 5, cut overtime. You know what I mean? I was barely making enough to live, and now like you can do so much more. And somebody was talking to me the other day, she's frustrated because she hasn't reached diamond yet, and this isn't even anybody on her. It's a sideline sister, and it's diamond is like, it's you literally push yourself that extra where you didn't think that you had it. And now like double, I know I gotta be better than the last time. So that means I gotta get on the phone a lot, or I gotta start showing my face. I know I have to be bigger and better than before. And each rank has taught me something new about myself, and an obstacle that like I told myself I couldn't face. This is the next one. I know it. I've been so scared to show everybody who I really am because of stuff that happened a long time ago that isn't me. It's not me. I was, influenced by my environment, my surroundings, and I know I always have the choice to change. Like there's always another, like I was perfectly made the way that I don't know. I'm not going to get in my face. But self-development is huge, y'all. If you're not doing it, you start. And I know it can be kind of annoying because you don't really know where to start with it at first. And my biggest cue, I guess, for you is listen. Like really tune in on cues. So if somebody would send a motivational clip to the 90-day push group Black Diamond page, sometimes that happens. I would just listen to it if I came across. If I went to YouTube and searched Tony Robbins, multiple times, eventually stuff is going to get recommended to me in my YouTube and I would click on it. If I had heard about podcasts, like I have a few that I like a lot. So I of course am a huge big fan of Elevation Church. I feel like the Good Book is honestly the best self-development you can ever get. And Elevation does it in a way where they can kind of not just come from a religious standpoint, hence why I like them so much, is because I was not faithful before this business. Like I had a hard time connecting with somebody talking about the Bible. So I had never read it before. Anyways, so my podcast, Earn Your Happy, I like that one a lot, by Lori Harder. And I can type her in. Hold on. And I'm sure you could find her stuff, like not even just on like podcasts. The other one is her husband, actually, which is called For the Love of Money. and it's about successful people doing good things with their money and how they give it back to the world in some form, shape, or whatever, and the hardships that they've gone to get there. I love the impact theory with Tom, I don't know, I'm guessing it's Bilyeu. I never, but he's got a lot of different like entrepreneurs. There's also, what's her name? I don't remember. Robbins, that's her last name. Can't think of her first. Chris Harder. Let's see. But like, I just encourage you to kind of look. It doesn't have to be like church, or it doesn't have to. I found stuff that talked about the universe at one point. It was like I was into, because that made sense for me. Do John Maxwell. I have him on here. He's a leadership guy that if you ever want tips on. TED Talks. Love TED Talks. The Gary V audio experience. Gary is just awesome. And the Gold Digger, like G. That's another podcast. But these are things that I can listen to while I'm, cooking dinner or taking a drive, showering, and it gets me in a good mood. So then I post super awesome and like in a positive go, and just, I don't know. I self-develop usually before a call if I can, because I gotta pump myself up, or like I kind of talk to myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm bold, I'm brave, I'm doing this. Like, give yourself seriously a pat on the back, because there are other people who won't do it. And guess what? They're gonna be the ones who wish that they had in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about you, but I refuse to be that person. I refuse. I'm gonna be ahead of the game. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm really excited about. Self-development is like huge. I am doing power hours they're power hours every morning at like 7 a.m. This morning was 7:30. Sometimes it depends on it. If I have to drop my husband off at work. So, but I'm pretty flexible. And those are good because the baby's not awake. I'm going to tell you, like I said, I hate being a morning person, but I'll take one of those and I'll be good. And then, but I get a lot of work done. I get to kind of start my day before 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I feel good about my business, done everything that I can to just get people like on the phone, doing what I can for my team. I'm posting throughout the day. Yeah. So you do what you can, and then believe in yourself. But I hope, do you guys have any questions? I hope this helped you. I don't think that, I don't think anybody had any questions. No. Okay. Well, if you guys have any extra stuff and we haven't talked about it, just send me a message. But I hope you have a good night. Bye, guys.